How's it going, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. For this one, we're taking a look at some midweek action taking place this week on Tuesday, the 5th of November, in the UEFA Champions League. For this one, we take a look at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid for Real Madrid versus AC Milan. We start off our team analysis here with the home side being Real Madrid. The last five fixtures for Los Blancos have ended in 3 wins and 1 loss. Their last match, which would have been against Valencia, was actually postponed, which means the last time that Real Madrid played was that 4-0 loss at home against Barcelona in the El Clasico. In these last five fixtures, Real Madrid have scored 9 goals and conceded 8. So Los Blancos are getting goals, but they're conceding far too many at the back right now. The first player I'd like to talk about has got to be Brazilian left winger Vinicius Jr. In 15 appearances, Vinicius Jr. has scored 8 goals and contributed 7 assists. In Vinicius Jr., I think Real Madrid have a Brazilian attacker who is quick, has great ball control, and who always poses some kind of attacking threat. I think Vinicius Jr. has a point to prove after losing out to Rodri in the Ballon d'Or this year. And I think we're going to see Vinicius Jr. really up his game. Next up, I want to talk about English attacking midfielder Jude Bellingham. In 11 appearances, Jude Bellingham has just 3 assists and no goals. But in Bellingham, I think Real Madrid have a real box-to-box attacking midfielder who has great vision and great creativity. Jude Bellingham can create chances for others, either with his movement or his passing range. And finally, I want to talk about German centre-back Antonio Rudiger. In 15 appearances, Rudiger has scored 2 goals. In Rudiger, I think Real Madrid have a centre-back who is strong, who's fast, who's very physical, and who will use all of these attributes to just outmuscle the opposition forwards. But if Real Madrid win corners or free kicks, then Antonio Rudiger does pose a bit of a threat for them from those dead ball opportunities, able to win the ball in the air and score either with his head or just play it on for somebody else from those aerial opportunities. In terms of injuries, I think Real Madrid are still going to be missing Brazilian right winger Rodrigo with a hamstring issue, and then defensive duo David Alaba and Dani Carvajal with both cruciate ligament injuries. And then I think goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois is also a bit of a doubt with a adductor issue. I think it's in his hip, but I don't think it matters too much. I think Coach Carlo Ancelotti is still going to line his team up in his typical 4-3-1-2 formation, and I think this team is just going to be looking to counter down the middle. I think in the midfield, we're going to see 3 of either Fede Valverde, Luka Modric, Chouameni, or Camavinga. And I think whoever is picked is sort of going to dictate how Real Madrid will approach this game. But I think we're still going to be seeing a player like Jude Bellingham in that number 10 role just to provide a bit of running, to provide a bit of physicality and tackling for them in that final third, while Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe will be operating as that strike duo, just looking to outrun and outpace any opposition defenders. Okay, looking at the away team now, for AC Milan, the last 5 fixtures have ended in 3 wins and 1 loss. AC Milan also had a fixture against Bologna postponed in the Serie A. AC Milan's last match was a 1-0 win at Monza this weekend in the Serie A. In these last 5 fixtures, Milan have scored 5 goals and conceded 3 goals. So they're looking a little dry up front, but thankfully they're keeping it pretty solid at the back right now. The first player I'd like to talk about for the Rossoneri has got to be American right winger Christian Pulisic. In 13 appearances, Pulisic has scored 7 goals and contributed 3 assists. With this American attacking player, I really think that AC Milan have a player with great movement, great awareness, and great creativity. You see Christian Pulisic always looking to make the most out of whatever little space he's able to find wherever he is in that attacking third. Next up, I want to talk about French left back Theo Hernandez, who in 11 appearances for AC Milan this season has scored 2 goals and contributed 2 assists. From that left back position, I think AC Milan have a player with great speed, great stamina, but also great vision and accuracy with his long passes. A lot of the time, you see Theo Hernandez just drifting out wide to sort of just spread the play for this Milan team. And finally, I want to talk about French goalkeeper Mike Mignon. In 13 appearances, Mignon has conceded 15 goals and kept just 4 clean sheets. I think that is perhaps below the expectations we have of a goalkeeper like Mignon, who is proven to have great flexibility, great reflexes, great agility, and a fantastic gift when it comes to being able to read the game and predict exactly how the opposition are looking to start their attacks. In terms of injuries for the Rossoneri, I think this team are still going to be missing Gabbia at centre back and then Fiorenzi at right back. Salamakis at right wing is also going to be a bit of a doubt, along with Luka Jovic at centre forward. So I think right now Paulo Fonseca is, I think, a little stretched in some positions, but I think he still does have the players required to be able to play his favoured 4-2-3-1 formation. This team will just be looking to counter, but out wide. You'll see AC Milan looking to stretch the ball to wingers like Rafael Leao, Okafor, Pulisic in that number 10 role behind the striker and between the wingers, or Chukwueze outright. Tiani Reinders will be pulling strings in midfield for this team, just looking to orchestrate things and dictate the tempo for them. But all in all, I think we're going to see an AC Milan team that will be looking to remain as dynamic as possible for as long as they can in this match. Okay, on to the head to head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 meetings between Real Madrid and AC Milan have ended in 2 wins for Los Blancos, 1 win for the Rossoneri, and then 2 draws. In these last 5 meetings between these two European giants, Real Madrid have scored 10 goals, while AC Milan have scored 7 goals. So, right now, history is really favoring the Spanish outfit. Looking at the Champions League table as well, Real Madrid are 12th with 6 points, while AC Milan are 25th on 3 points. So, it's just 3 points separating these two teams, and 3 points are exactly what's on the line in this fixture. Interestingly, though, in all of these fixtures, whether it's at home or away, Real Madrid have always scored against AC Milan, so that shows that the Rossoneri struggle to keep this team quiet. Only Barcelona have beaten Real Madrid this season at the Bernabeu. Los Blancos have been pretty much perfect at home until that fixture, and then all of a sudden the wheels just came off. I'm very interested to see how Real Madrid approach this game. I think obviously Los Blancos will be wanting to defend their crown, but it looks like they've had a very bad start to life in this new Champions League format. I think now, particularly in this match, Real Madrid will have to deal with a player like Theo Hernandez, who I think is going to have tons of space out wide on that left wing area. There'll be no Rodrigo to pin him back, and I think Real Madrid don't really have a right back who can deal with Theo Hernandez out wide. I think a good idea for Ancelotti might perhaps be to ask somebody like Fede Valverde in the midfield to play a little wider from those central positions, just to give Theo Hernandez a bit of a headache and to just keep him in check. And I think a player like Valverde can really do that. This is a player who has tons of flexibility. He can attack, he can defend, he's got stamina, he's got creativity. So in Valverde, I think he's going to be Real Madrid's answer to Theo Hernandez in particular. But I think watching how AC Milan's defense is also going to deal with Real Madrid's attack. All of these quick players like Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham, who just want to be able to get some space and to be able to beat you using their sheer pace. Will we see AC Milan then employ a man marking system with players like perhaps Pavlovic or Tomori having to pick off these centre forwards like Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. and just keep them as close as possible? But then you sort of play into Real Madrid maybe drawing fouls, and then you have Modric who can convert from those dead balls, or you have these players who can just sort of knock the ball forward and know that in those initial steps, they can still beat you for pace. So it'll be very interesting to see how AC Milan as a collective deal with the individual quality that Real Madrid have to offer here. I think right now AC Milan are under a lot of pressure. This team is not getting results in the Serie A. They've been struggling to get results now in the Champions League. This is a team that I think has so much potential. We've seen a player like Pulisic all of a sudden just become more than just a winger. He can play anywhere in that attacking third now. And he's getting such great dividends from playing in that number 10 role just behind a centre forward like Morata. So I think right now, we're still seeing Milan in a period of transition, getting used to how Fonseca wants them to play. While when you look at Real Madrid, this is a well-oiled machine under Ancelotti with a bit of an extra flavor added in with Mbappe. This match could really shake up this Champions League table. We could see AC Milan being so many places behind Real Madrid starting the match and then all of a sudden just leapfrogging them if they're able to score enough goals after the match is over. But I think Real Madrid do also realize that they have some very tricky fixtures left in the Champions League and they need to get this result as soon as possible. I think an argument could be made for AC Milan that Real Madrid obviously have had a few extra days to rest with them not having played this weekend, while AC Milan had to go out and get the job done against Monza in the Serie A. So yes, AC Milan's players might be a little bit more tired. That's also a team that is struggling with quite a bit of defensive issues, but Real Madrid in their own right also have a lot of issues in terms of injuries. Collectively, I think AC Milan can rival Real Madrid, but individually, I think Los Blancos have this one in the bag. I think Real Madrid have a team that has quality everywhere, players who can score from pretty much anywhere on the pitch. If you give this team dead ball opportunities, you'll see players like Modric trying to convert directly from those free kicks, or you could see Rudiger popping up from those corners to try and win the ball aerially and score with his head. From open play, all of these attacking players like Valverde and Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham could just score at any given point. So I think it's actually more likely that Real Madrid score first here. And I actually don't think AC Milan score at all. I think Real Madrid do a very good job of keeping Milan busy defensively so that this team doesn't even have the time and space to think about attacking. I think Real Madrid also have the midfielders who can play those defensive roles like Chouameni and Camavinga to sort of cover for the defenders if they're caught out of position. My final score prediction for this one is going to be Real Madrid 2, AC Milan 0. I think Real Madrid's fantastic home record, just knowing that they have such a good record against AC Milan, having scored in each of those last 5 fixtures, looking at their form coming into this one and the results that Real Madrid have gotten against teams like Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, shows that this Real Madrid team that shows up on these midweek nights in these European fixtures is a totally different animal from the one that we see in La Liga. And when Real Madrid hear their Champions League anthem, all of a sudden, they're just a completely different team. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time. And the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.